Hello and welcome. Right, we are back on here. Yeah, I've literally just it. I was sort of really a bit taken back, obviously, by the fact that my the hay wasn't working. So I thought, well, let's go out and have a look. Well, I looked and I went onto my test map, Silver Lake, and it works fine. So then it's a little bit like, yeah, it was a bit of a strangeness on Riverview by Cavalier Roy. A similar thing. Again, something that I sort of reported to Cavalier Roy, and he said, no, it's not my map. It all works okay. Now, I obviously tested what I'd already said myself, and I actually did a clean map just to test that what I'd done was okay, and it actually initially worked, but then later on, something within the map stopped the use of eggs. I know it's a strange thing to sort of say, but obviously the other thing is Cavalier Roy actually gives you a load of chickens that produce a load of eggs. So yeah, these wheels are really a pain. Yeah, they are. So the bottom line is that it really did become quite a problem because you were given a shed load of things. Now, really, the sensible thing to do would have been to get out of chickens, but it was just one of those weird things, and I just couldn't get away from the fact that we got them. And so now, where do we stick this now? Could sort of yeah. Now this is the sort of thing that I'm afraid to do it because it is true about this particular kind of barn. I'm really not a fan. It's got for farming simulator now. Then to what is the demolition was B? Yeah, but we've done weird things before we're doing this, and you can't actually do it. Yeah, I've also this is a brand new install. Okay, so remove is left. So we can't remove anything. So you can sort of sum this one here that will allow me to do that. So it's sort of a bit, yeah, it happens. A lot of farms are like that. I know FSG was on about if you sell the farm and that. So I think it could be tied in with that's a deliberate thing with the way that the map is set up. In which case you sort of no, I don't want to say it like stuck with, meaning you're stuck with, but you've got the design that you've got, and it really is just you've just got to like get over it or stick something down somewhere else. We have got this area here. If we're that feeling that strong about it, we could actually stick a shed just down here and remove these last two things, or even this bit of land here. We could also do it there. So yeah, we have got a little bit of room to actually do something like that. So yeah, it's not a problem. Right, so it's 37,392 now. So obviously the other thing was a bit, I didn't install the game properly. I moved it. So this is an install. So if just in case that makes the slightest bit of difference, then I've now got this. I know we bought the hay, didn't we? So no, it's going up. Wait, it moved. I know we're going down. Yeah. But the other thing is we could be going up. Yeah, so 253 is going down by 7 odd each time, which it will because we're also making total mixed ration. So it's a bit, and the other thing is the TMR more than the hay. Right, okay. Yeah, this is a bit annoying because you can't really sort of work it out, can you, in these situations? Well, you can, but yeah, I mean, let's do it. Let's just like switch off TMR for a minute. It's not that difficult to actually do. So that's deactivated. So silage and digestate is also taking grass but making water. But you still should be able to do both the hay and that at the same time. Now we've switched the hay on. That is definitely on. So our hay should be going up now. 231. Sorry, I'm 231. 238. It is. Right, so that's gone up by 7. So that's working. So it had got something to do with my game sort of being, it ran, but it wasn't installed properly. Yeah, so it is now done properly. We did all of our work. I know we're not doing this field here, are we? We're not, actually, but I think we've got enough grass. It is true. We're sort of using this as more as an adjoining to go through and all the rest of it than we are anything else. So, yeah, it's I'm not sure whether... Do we start to do this? I think we've got enough grass to sink a battleship. Let's stick that on as well. So it is working. So let's go straight through now. Then the other thing is, yeah, Bionic Whiskey did we? Yeah, no, they're still on. Yeah, that's definitely working. So barley. Now the other thing is that we're going to get barley scents here, aren't we, all the time as well? So it'll be interesting to see in the morning what we've got. So let's go through. And it is indeed 8 o'clock now. We've not missed anything, have we? Corn and sugar beet, both very late on. So we're definitely all right. Yeah, so it is. That's what I thought. I thought you just because it runs doesn't necessarily mean. Obviously, being an IT tech, I know that Windows has got what they call the registry, and it has settings in, and it may have been also test run wouldn't work. And I was thinking, oh, there's a couple of indicators that things are not quite right. Now the other thing is that we have also got another field that we were supposed to be doing too, and I seem to have forgotten this fact. So let's have a look, and we shall see. Feed the animals. Just set this going on that field. Get this all fed and all the rest of it. Check sales. All of the usual things that I start the day with. But I say it's only the fact that this kind of shed. It's yeah, Bally Springs was the same. Beautiful looking English looking sheds. But when I say that, farmyards come in many shapes and sizes in Britain. It's sort of. If that's the only sort of sheds that British people have, then it makes us terrible because, like, they're awful. You know, as in, like, as sheds, they're sort of loads of them, but they're not all that design. Yeah, I mean, where you've got to go in, it's a bit like No Man's Land. Oh. Minus 24,275. Why have we gone to minus 24,275? What? What is that about? Whoa. Well, I wasn't expecting that. That's a bit of a blow, to say the least. Wow. Okay, but all my life, butter. Right, okay, let's have a look. It seems we've got a bit of a mess. So we've got quite a bit in pig food that it looks like we need to do. We did actually make a bit of seeds from the... Did we? Or is that just what we've got? Silage, we've got a shed load. Slurry, we have got an awful lot. So we've got an asset there that we might need to do a bit of fertiliser to pull ourselves out of the mess that we appear to be in at present. 649,510 litres of TMR. We did actually do that already. Why did I stick the TMR back on? How much hay have we got? Yeah, we also made a shed load of hay. We've still got 288,000, and we've got 235,000 litres of digestate, as well as 34 tonnes of barley, which we're not doing the seeds anymore. No, I've switched it off. Thank goodness for that. I thought I'd actually taken half of our barley seeds. So we've got a lot of silage. We have got a lot of TMR, we've just seen, but like we've got nothing here. So I'm thinking, yeah, got a lot of digestate we can do things with. So we've got means to get out of this mess. Really now, let's do this in order of importance, right? First of all, let's feed our animals. It's that one. Yeah, let's get the animals fed. Actually, it wasn't this one, but this will do. I think we've left the John Deere, the little John Deere, right down at the. Yeah, he was doing the fertilizer once. So do you know, for once, we will do this. Now then, how much have we got in this top end, which is this one? Nah, we don't need a lot. I think the one set of this will be fine. Now, the bad thing is, obviously, as I sort of showed last time, we can't actually get any TMR. We did see that again. In the self-sufficiency, it has no TMR in it. Sorry, 360 litres of TMR. So... yeah, it's a bit annoying. So we should stick... Didn't we originally stick a silo just around this corner, which is why we've got this bit of a thing here? It was that we put a square silo down, so we lost a square silo at some point, but I think we also lost some vehicles So, I mean, I think when we lost that session, we hopefully... I'm not sure. Yeah, this is when mistakes happen and you're not sure about things that really it sort of brings into question, like, well, you know, like what is what. So we can't. So we filled that. What's in the sales? Oh, quite a bit. Oh, beautiful as well. The Steiger. Oh, the big brands too. Oh, isn't that typical? Loads of stuff that we could do. Right, let's... Yeah, we know it. This has really flummoxed me now, this has. Let's stick this in here. We need the pig food. It is true we could... we've got quite a few options. So who has done the pig food? That will be the sugar and the whiskey, I would imagine. How much have we got? Let's suppose that is the easiest way to look. So pig food, we've got a lot. Silage, we're not selling. Solid fertilizer, we've got a little bit. TMR, we're not selling that either. Vintage bottle whiskey is 8207, and that's a long way off good price for that. What about normal whiskey? It's both March. So again, there's got a fortune waiting in that, but pig food is what we've got at present. About the only thing that we've not got enough of that. Diesel is also on green, which it usually is. Butter is a long way off top. I mean, an awful long way off top. Now, this does fluctuate quite a bit, so really, this could actually, yeah, save us, but just not at the minute. Buffalo milk, a little bit. Barley whiskey, yeah, barley. Bit of a mess, isn't it, this? Right, pig food. Might clear the debts, and then we'll do a bit of wheeler dealing, but that's... What I want to know is why. It's got to be all that TMR. It's going to be costs from the TMR and things like that. We did quite a lot, but I shouldn't be like that. Not that much. That's terrible. Wow, 10,000 litres of that. Wow, that is bad. Right, so pig food, and we should have a bit in this one too. Trying to keep a brave face on this. Yeah, it's a bit of flummoxed me a bit, that has. It does happen though. It happened on Frankenmuth a lot. Usually the fertilizer was a real quite of a terror, because it's, you earn a lot, but you also spend quite a lot in making it. So it's yeah. Right, so let's sell this 13,000 litres of pig food. This is our only saving grace, really, which probably will clear the debt, but that's not really going to help us. We had like 40-odd thousand, so it's minus 60,000. Yeah, that still looks a mess. I didn't see it when I came in. Again, that's going to be me going into the i3D and everything to sort of sort that out. So let's get the animals done. Although, again, we can't buy anything, but we should have a shed load of TMR, so it shouldn't be too terrible, really. He says. Oh well, it wouldn't. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's like sometimes these things happen, don't they, in real life as well? Like unexpected, like things that are bad. At least we've got a good environmental sort of score, so we can afford for our worker to now work. So that's a start. Fantastic. They will not refuse us anymore. Let's go down the bottom where we have already got the other John Deere poised for action. Yeah, no, that is working now. Yeah, the one thing that is a bit of a sort of strange one, really, with this mod is the fact that it sort of squirts out at an angle. And if you look in the i3D, and I actually look at this, every single thing to do with the pipe and the dumping and all of that type of stuff, it's all, there's nothing that looks like it squirts at a weird angle. So I've no idea. There's no scaling problem, because that can cause all manner of like problems. So yeah. Oh, well, now it's squirting straight down, but like, well, that's definitely better than it squirting at a weird angle, and it is going in, but yeah. I'd imagine we're full. Yeah, we are. Right, okay, so that's good, sort of. It's gone from one extreme to the other, but at least it's going straight down. But it doesn't make any sense, because in the i3D, it's normal where it should be, so it makes no... But again, obviously some of the things were the fact that it was wrong, as in within the game. My game pass, so I've got really a question mark by everything, because not even test runner would work, whereas now it is working. I tested a mod just as I came in, so I thought, wow, you've sorted that out. That's one thing. Right, so we have... Now this is another thing that happens, is that it unloads itself without... Ah, now it's not. So again, yeah, it just made me wonder what was going wrong before, when I was playing the game with my copied files rather than installed properly files. So there is a bit of a question mark by this. Right, so now we've got 6,102. We need to lend a bit of cash. And right, which is, I'd like to actually buy that by Caesaris. That will be a great asset. And it is my favourite one of that actual type as well. So this is going to be a bit interesting. I would have liked to keep the Brant as well, but just, yeah. Although we have got a lot of cash coming up, it's yeah. So do we buy the high tip bucket even? I think we're going to buy everything. I think we've got no choice. It's that old saying about desperate times call for desperate measures. So we need to borrow quite a bit. Let's do that. And then we'll go for the Missouri. One of these times I will actually get to keep this. Oh, this is the little one. Yeah. Let's go up to the shop and let's get that done with. So I fed the animals. Let's just see as well. 55% out of puberty. And they're 80% through reproduction. So that's good. Let's pop up to the shop then. So that our chargers are fed and watered. No, that's busy. That's fantastic. Let's get this sorted. Yeah, I had to come back on and see, did me doing the the install from fresh, did that sort out the problems? And we've seen that it absolutely did. So that was quite amazing. That really did affect a lot of things in the game. So now that everything, the world is a farming simulator is right, it will be interesting to see my modding and all the rest of it, because it was doing strange things. I mean, it was doing strange things before when everything was right on mine as well, before this, the new computer and the new installs and everything like that. So, really, now that was not bad. So next we want to buy, yeah, we're going to have to sacrifice it, unfortunately. We are, it's a shame. It is, that's a real shame, because that is a beaut. It's very big though. It's very, very large for an English map, in all honesty. It's a bit of a, I think it's one of those things you'd have to have delivered to the farm, but I would be willing to do that. I would. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. If a bit wandery, it does wander a bit. But yeah, I'm quite prepared to put up with that as well. It's a bit of a loss, this is, when you've got to do things like this. Wow, I didn't even bring that much cash in, did it really? That's not. That's going to bring 690 something. So we'll have it just as is, because we cannot afford anything else. But I think that's the last tractor we need. Now we will get rid of what debt we've got and see what we've got to play with, and we may well. Yeah, we're minus, aren't we? So we've got to keep some for our workers. Yeah, minus 30,000. So still not quite right, but we have gained a tractor. Yeah, even though it's a little bit out of action at present. Right, so then let's go through now then. Let's also check. It's August. How are our crops looking? Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, the other thing is, I was thinking about this, is the sugar beets. but it's so that's yeah, very light green, very light green. So we're definitely not ready for that. So let's go through again. Oh, now I'm really hoping though that oh, that we don't get walloped again. Because that I mean, I just don't know what is causing that kind of. Oh, we've seen it on Frankenmuth. It did settle down, but oh my life, minus 58,981 production costs. Come on, it can't be that. There's no way it should be doing that. So that's 2 months at minus 60,000 odd. That's not right. It isn't. No matter, we've not got anything that's doing anything like that anymore. The self-sufficiency, that wouldn't do it anyway. The costs are not that bad. This silage is one of those things with a very little cost. There's no way it could possibly cost that. Grass, digestate. Obviously, we've run out of water as well, so it wouldn't be costing us that for that. The only thing that it would be that we've got is the sugar mill. Well, I think that's yeah, no, it's all off. Yeah, we've switched it off. Is that? And again, that's not the costs are not that 192. Oh, that seems a little bit high. Oh, okay. Have we found there's something that's that seems exorbitantly high. How did that happen? Yeah, it should nowhere be like that. So I think we found the culprit. Now that's strange because we've not been being walloped on any other Let's Play with that. So why would that suddenly like go like that? And is it that? I mean, we've not produced that much for that kind of thing. So is it the whiskey as well? 96. 96? No, that's not exorbitantly high. And it's certainly not for the want of, we've got plenty of barley and plenty of sugar. So I don't know what to do because it shouldn't be like that. Something's not right. So we've gone like minus 70,000 in 2 days. I'm going to give ourselves the cash back until we can find out what this is because this is ridiculous. We should not. We've just made some cash as well and now lost that too. So we're plus 34,847. Something isn't right. That's okay. So I could buy the Summers disc. We've got at least a few things to buy and sell. Wow, I do hate that. It's one of those things. I hate cheating, and with this type of thing, you're like, well, how do you fight something like that? I mean, obviously, I will go and adjust that. In fact, I should really go out now and see what that is actually written as, because the costs on that are really terrible. Is it a mistake? Did I make a mistake? Or... But the other thing is, if it is that, how come I haven't been walloped on any other Let's Play? It's the same production, so... Right, so 43, we can't afford that just yet. We've still got in debt as well. The Rexall will go as some way for us to getting out of debt once we've gotten in debt even more. Might actually just about get us out of the minus without the debt sort of problem. Yeah, it does it. It always makes me at the pit of my stomach. You like almost like, oh, what, you know, why are we in such a mess? Right, so we want 479. Wow, that is a lot of money. Can we have borrowed that much? Yeah, I mean, I've always said this. I don't know how much your limit is, whether it's 500 grand or what. But we should be able to do it anyway. But it is a lot. One more. I think we can walk that far. Yeah, it does. It always makes me feel uncomfortable when you like do things like, because I do hate cheating. I've always said that. Which is the side of the stair? Oh, they come down. Which, that's a bit of a weird one, really, because like we're getting in while the steps are like not. You'd think to get in it, the steps would be. Oh no, they were sort of down, weren't they? They were like that, I think, or were they up? I'm not sure now. I should check in editing. Yeah, I'm more fingers and thumbs, as that old saying goes. Right, let's get rid of the debt, or what we can. See how we how that translates to what we've actually really got, and if we actually do get out of debt. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to pop out and I'm going to check my costs for Butter 1, as it's called, and just right, that's not too terrible. After that little lot, I feel quite comfortable with that. So I'm going to be right back. See you shortly. Oh no, I was just going to say it's interesting this stop, but it went to minus, didn't it, cash? Well, I've got to be honest, the bionic milk really is that. It has always been that, and it's never ever on any other map hit me for like massive amounts. So although it seems a lot, 192, it's 192 per hour, which if it was 100 per hour, that's 24 hours, so that would be 2,400. Certainly would not be anywhere near what we saw actually happening. So there's yeah. I suppose what we ought to do really is switch off everything in the self-sufficiency. Yeah, that has made a lot of hay. But again, hay is another one that's costs are minimal. It really is very little. So 48,000 cycles, 120,000 litres of that it would make. Let's stick here. TMI was switched off. We've got nothing on that at all. So that shouldn't be costing us anything. Now, the whiskey, obviously we've got the barley whiskey. Again, 96 is still not that much, really, if we just looked at the other one. Vintage barley, exactly the same cost, really, element to this. And it's not like we haven't got anything within this, like we were running out of something where... Yeah, because I always wonder if the game... If you switch it on, does it buy products at normal cost? And that would sometimes run away with you if it did do that type of thing. So this one, nothing is activated. So that's not costing us, apart from distribution, which is a minimal cost, really. Unless, of course, the distribution is now expensive. Yeah, as in, like, we need to do that. So, yeah, so really now, the only things we've got going are the barley whiskey and the bionic dairy with the buffalo milk. So whether the game is going weird with that, with it being so, I'm really not sure. It is a crazy amount that you get. That's £192 per month. So really, that's 192 times whatever cycles. Again, it is only a few thousand. So yeah, I don't understand why we'd like being. Yeah, 2,400 to 70,000 minus 68 to minus 38 or whatever. It was a lot. Yeah, minus 50 something it was. So that's really 116,000 over 2 months. We've got nothing that actually makes that kind of like loss. So I have no idea what is cracking off. We're just going to have to like reimburse ourselves until... Yeah, there was another Let's Play I had on FS25 that did this, and it was exorbitant. I mean, we literally had the cash to do it, but it robbed us blind of millions. We literally, I think it was oil, it was Frontier or something like that. It was the strange map with very straight and beautiful. It was a fantastic map because it was very, very different to your normal map. A bit like Farmer Bob's Mars. Yeah, another sort of one that was definitely very different, completely different to any normal map. Yeah, very, very unique. So yeah, I'm a bit of a loss as to know what we can see that the production costs shouldn't really be that. But I say it's not like I've never seen this before. I've never ever figured it out ever. in all of the years that we've done it on why you get these odd glitch, and it happens a little. Frankenmuth, we had it a couple of months on Frankenmuth, and then it all went away, as if like whatever kink in the machine had worked itself out, and then everything settled down to what you'd expect. Because there's no way we should have. I think we're just going to have to ride the storm and know that the game sometimes is wrong, because we can see that it should not be costing us like tens of thousands. Well, otherwise, let's be honest, you're not going to make any profit. If it is a production and that is the cost, and I have tried to be fair with costs, that's still based upon the standard Giants, and it's an extrapolation of what Giants charged. And like, I've just gone with the same amount, because obviously I'm not trying to like cheat or make things easy on myself or that type of stuff. So, you know, we haven't got a stone picker, have we? Yeah, I mean, if it weren't for the buying and selling that huge roper, then was it the roper? Well, the big machine. It's a Grimmy, I think, actually. Yeah, if it wasn't for that, we would be in serious debt. That only thanks to that are we completely out of the thing. And of course, we have gained a tractor too. But what I mean is, you still, I hate things like this, because you always think, well, am I cheating? Oh, not really. We can know that that's just not right. It shouldn't be like that. Right, so we're in September. I think it'll be October. And yeah, the other thing is we need to be leasing some sugar. AA Modding in FS25 did a fantastic little set that was brilliant, and we haven't got anything like that yet. Although we have got my stuff which we can lease, which that's not too terrible. I was hoping we might actually get one in the sales, but it's typical, isn't it, really? I mean, we just bought our combine. Right, so we want to go through till tomorrow and see, are we going to get walloped again? Did we feed the animals? With all that's going on, I'm a bit confused. That's good enough. Oh, now they're going to give birth in the morning. TMR, again, they're not going to run out straw a little bit. We need to get a bit more straw down for the manure side of things, don't we? Or that's going to, like, run out. So let's grab some straw. We'd still need a bigger trailer, but what can you do? Right, let's just grab that. Let's grab some straw. That, at the very least, we don't want to be running out of the manure, even though it's not got. Again, I was sort of a bit loath to do what I was going to do. I was going to like do the fertilizer business, but that also is probably likely to wallop us hard. But that one's legit. I'd expect that. Yeah, I would not expect. Because you're going to earn a lot from it too, even on hard economy. So I'd expect to be walloped for that, really. Now, we've done 3 of those now. That's going to, obviously, standards in very good steed. So that is barley whiskey and barley whiskey and... Yeah, so all 3 barley whiskies. We've not got any... a vintage one yet, or if we have it stuck inside. Vintage, but we have. So there is a vintage barley whiskey. Now that is obviously worth quite a bit, and there's another barley whiskey almost done inside. Now obviously we're going to get corn whiskey this year as well. I mean, we can see though, I mean, the game's not it does show you your costs. So really, there's like no hidden sort of things where we can think, oh yeah, that's why. It really shouldn't be doing this. And shifting a bit of sugar from that just on distribute really shouldn't be costing us a lot either. So we've got 59,000 litres left in there, which is distributing to our Bionic Whiskey Factory, and that's full as well. So really, it should be good for a while. Let's grab some straw. If we can get past the manure, because obviously, as we found last time, you can actually grab the manure as well. Yeah, I was going to say. And we might have to do it like that. I don't know why all of a sudden this is like... No, we want straw. Let's grab some straw. Yes, I mean, our animals, they are coming on a pace. And that, obviously, when they give birth, it does take a while, though, when I say things like that. Obviously, you don't just suddenly get milk when you're... but the other thing is, obviously, we need to get some room. So when they're adults... no, we had to go inside, didn't we? Yeah. we found the secret to this out last time, didn't we? So. Oh, oh. Yeah, it's not very far in either, so. I think we've just got to go for it. I think let's grab some manure and some slurry. Let's make some fertilizer and see if we can get out of this mess. We need a bit of slush money. We know it's going to hit us, but also we can sell it straight away as well. So it shouldn't really be that big a thing. Right, so let's shut that. Ah, you have to literally go to the handle, don't you? Remember, which makes sense. Right, so let's grab that manure, stick that into the self-sufficiency and make a little bit of fertilizer. Strange, isn't it? It's a long way away from where it is, but of course, obviously, I didn't realise when we did this that we were going to get like, yeah, where it is. I didn't realise there was anything there, because obviously that's the trouble with having zone marker switched off. No, you're crushing against the right hand side. Yeah, it's the shed. Ooh, oh, I hate this when you do that, because it's sort of like. Yeah, it's weird. It can take 1 second to get into the mess, and then like 2 minutes of pulling to get out. It says it isn't typical when you actually say things like that. All of a sudden, it just makes you a liar, and it goes, "Oh no, you can escape really easily." Actually, it's weird. Sailor V makes you look a right wally. Right, so slurry. And we know we've got plenty of that, so. Just check while that's actually doing that. Let's have a look what the crops look like. Yeah, now we know this is right. We don't want to be cutting this late anyway. That'd be bad. So these, to me, looks like those two are ready in the morning, and they're quite a way off still. I would say they're November. They might be, so the core might be ready October. Let's just grab this. Apologies for the silence. I'm just, yeah, I just feel uncomfortable. You sort of come on for a bit of a chill, and then like you get things like that, and you think, just leaves in me personally a sour taste in my mouth, because I don't know what's causing it, and it just makes you feel, yeah, I was sort of wanting to come in and sort of prove things, and then like it sort of throws even a worse thing, and we've not seen it before either. That's the other thing. It's been a bit of a, that's here, I think. Yeah, we haven't seen it before. That's what's even makes it even worse, really. Right, so let's stick this on and see what kind of costs we're going to get from the self-sufficiency on the fertilizer, the right one, which is indeed this one. And I have also toned this down. It's not as bad as it used to be, but it still does do quite a lot. Obviously, we're not doing an awful lot, so it shouldn't cost us an absolute fortune, because we're only doing, yeah, 36,000 litres. It's not a lot, really. Ooh. Give me a break. This is probably why we were given such a small street to begin with. It was because it's not the easiest of yards to get in and out of. Oh, oh, oh. Oh my life! Right, let's just use a brain for this. Let's do, yeah, change the angle so to take away the problem. Yeah, I always find that as well. If on certain farms, I don't know whether it's the map maker's intention. So some farms are more challenging than others, but there are some times when you just don't need that kind of challenge. But again, you always have a choice to go on it. And again, it depends on what type of person. Wow. Depends on what type of person you are as to whether it bothers you or not. And again, I can find a challenge. Sometimes it's brilliant. And then other times, if you like, it can be really annoying, as in like you're not ready for it. You just want it to be a nice, easy, let's play that night. And I think that's true of us all, really. So that should. So we've only got the fertilizer on, we've only got the bionic whiskey, and we've only got the bionic dairy on just for that one thing. What about the butter? What are we on? 32, 46 top price. Yeah, it's got a long way to go, but it is on the way up, so that does look about right. Yeah, a couple of products I have actually changed. So yeah, wow, we've got a lot of cash tied up in the whiskey. That's so that's good. So then we've done our animals, I believe. Let's just check. Well, they're good enough. I think we'd said that. Yeah, they're nearly straw plenty, manure, ancillary, loads. Right, okay, so then let's go through till tomorrow morning and see what the production costs are going to be in the morning, because we know it should not be minus 60,000 or something like that. Minus 27,000. Now, that might not be completely wrong for the self-sufficiency, because this sells for quite a lot. It says 48 tons of solid fertilizer. Well, let's just sell that straight away and see, are we making enough profit to actually offset that? Now then, we need a light. Let's just grab that. So if we need a couple, stick the lights on. And I know I should be doing my animals first. It's just that sometimes it calls into questions things, doesn't it, really, when this type of thing happens. And I obviously that's the only thing. I mean, it wasn't like it was before. So the only thing that we've added different was the fertilizer, which I know the costs on that are a little bit higher for the chemicals that you have to buy. But then again, you make that back because obviously it's worth a lot. So it's almost 3 of these. So let's just get this. Is this going to make enough back? Wow, I've still got plenty of manure in there. Yeah, and also let's switch that off as well. I don't want that to continue. It was literally just a... It would be nice to keep a little bit for ourselves as well, really. And then we will check the sales. I really do enjoy the sales ever such a lot. It's a really good feature. Oh, and that corn definitely is ready, but we've got to do this, haven't we, really? We also need to grab the fen out of the way, which really would have been made more sense to actually use this, really. But we can keep this here for the corn, which, again, hopefully... Well, at least the nasty costs have gone. That was not really so terrible. I think we're going to do the corn harvest next session, though. This will be the session. I just want to, like, get us hopefully out of debt, do the sales, check the animals, maybe feed the animals, and then next session we'll get this corn harvest done. We will need to lease a corn header because it's not something we actually possess. Right, fantastic. That's, yeah, we've now got, obviously, we'll do at least another one. And we'll keep ourselves some as well. It was not just about that, but it just saves us keep buying all of the time if we actually are making our own every now and again a little bit, because we have got plenty of manure and the costs were high as I expected. But nowhere near like what we've been seeing before. And we've still got the butter on and we've still got the whiskey, so nothing's changed there. So we're 37, we should have 9,000 litres of this left for our personal use, I think. Ish. Solid fertiliser, 11,000. Yeah, not bad. Not fantastic maths, Mr. Smith, but not too far off. Yeah, so we've got the corn harvest to do. Well, let's just check actually while what is ready this month. Seemingly, oh no, that's green, and we have got the corn. So the two cornfields are both ready. Yeah, corn and corn. It might be more than corn. I think we had. Do we have? No, just those two. I'm sure they're both of the cornfields left to do, and then of course we've got the sugar beets. Did we do anything? I think we did some sunflowers too, didn't we? Yeah, so there was sunflowers. Are they ready? No, they're not. So sunflowers and sugar beets, our last two fields after this, they're not ready. Yeah, so just the corn today. This month, should I say. Yeah, I mean, the other things, obviously, tractors-wise, when you consider we had just this John Deere, which is a good tractor, but not a massive tractor, and we had the two little John Deeres, and now we've got a big John Deere, we've got the big Caesarius modding case, and we've also got the fence. We've got a really good team of tractors now that we obviously didn't have before, so fantastic. 120,000. That's a lot better than we were a few minutes ago. Right, so then let's do the animals first. Let's get that done. Shouldn't be. Oh no, we've actually grabbed the. Yeah, let's actually grab you. Take you back. Oh. let's not take the John Deere out. Can we? I don't know that we can do it. I think, yeah, the driving brain's telling me, nah, you ain't gonna do that. You need to like shift the John Deere out of the way to get your angles right. And I'm gonna listen, because it is weird. We've all got that in us, that your skill that tells you, nah, don't do that. It's just not right. So let's just listen. In fact, let's take away the obstacle and like go around it. It's a nice little tractor, this is. It's got a very nice turning circle, again, because it's so small. So I think we will have given birth, not us literally, but our cows at the bottom will have given birth, and we'll have 80. So that will be a nice place to be. Let's just check the TMR. We know we need to do TMR at the top, and we haven't got any. Yeah, so 80, and the health is up to 80% too. Their food is not too terrible. And theirs is not that. Oh, they've gone into adults. Wow. Amazing. So these soon, again, when they're out of puberty, they've still got a long time there to go between they're fully added. Is it 18 months? Yeah, 18 months can start to reproduce. So they're still not going to like produce youngs. We've got quite a long time before we need to really worry about this, but they are definitely adults now. So now I would presume that that means that they produce more manure, I would think. Yeah, this goes a bit against the grain. We've got a shed load of TMR. We've got nowhere near us. It's all down the bottom end of the farm in like the silos. That's why I really wanted to stick the other silo in. But obviously then all hell broke loose with like problems with costs that you like think, I've got this to deal with first. I think this will be enough if I'm honest. Do the milk at the bottom, and then we're going to, last thing we're going to do is check the sales. And we need to lease a header for the it's alright. Oh, for just a half stay something and then like expect you to read. I'm like, yeah, we obviously need to I forgot what I was saying now. We're saying that. Ooh, fantastic. Now, did we rush through last month? We probably didn't do it. I think that was it. It's not because... yeah, so I think we've still got plenty in anyway in the dairy. Yeah, we have. It's like going up. We are nearly out of space, though, for the butter, so... I think I need to make this storage a bit bigger. I've kept it like that for a long time, but I do think it really does need to be a little bit bigger. So anything on... No, butter is still... It's going up, though. It's getting much, much close to the top price. So now I'm sure butter was one of those products that was nearly always at a good price. I think I've changed my ropes one as I've called it, so that it's like normal ropes, so it fluctuates every other month. It's at a high, but the weird thing is when you make changes to it doesn't alter the stats inside your prices list. It doesn't actually do that. So let's have a look. I think this was nearly done already. Yeah, it should have pretty much do that. Ooh. You've got to be careful not to dump it straight back into the silo, as I found out early. Took it out and then dumped it straight in, forgetting the fact that although you can't see the grate, that it really is still there. Right, it's fantastic. So we'll leave that in there. That's all done. Done at the top. What's in the sales? Oh, we'll need to loan a little bit of... yeah, we will need to loan a little bit of cash. Have I let enough? Yes, I have. Standards, definitely. Yeah, it is the one I was thinking of. Yeah, it's the 10.5 tonner. Is this the one we had on... I can't remember if that's the one that I had on Louisiana. No, I think it was 12. I'm sure it's 11,000 or something like that. It was very similar to that, but... right. Well, it's a little bit damaged. debt. Let's just get out of debt straight away, and then we can at least see what we've actually got left when we've paid that back. So 140,545, and we do need to lease a header, which I think we'll ask the store to deliver down on the farm, the edge of the field. We will take this down and repair this. It's a very reasonable model anyway, so it should not cost us too much anyway. This is my favourite. I really like this from Caesaris. Oh, it's got the 3-point. Wow, that's rare. You usually have to buy that. So we stumbled across a bit of good luck, it seems. Wow. Absolutely. Let's just check. Yeah, wow. You usually have to buy that. Well, the last time I literally got it in the sales, I had to buy it. So it's got the quick hitch. Do we want care about the front weights? No, not at the minute. We can't. Yeah, we'll just do it as is. You can. Let's just have a look at that. Find used. I've never tried it yet, and it didn't work initially. A long run that increases the surge area and the chance of success, but at a higher cost. This is, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I won't do it for this because it's already fantastic. So, but let's just run this down, and we'll ask the store to deliver the header down on the down at the farm. You know, this would certainly assist on any. I mean, the John Deere, obviously, that's capable of being a. Oh, I could have done the engine. Yeah, it really doesn't cost you any more for the bigger engine, so I don't know what size this is. It is for such a big tractor. It's really nice and agile. We got traffic on. Yeah, yeah, we have. It's on. Everyone must be sleeping. Wow, that corn, that's going to keep us busy next session, definitely. So I think we now have a completed set of tractors. And cash-wise, we're not doing too terribly. Yeah, we need to, because we're going to need to lease a sugar. Yeah, probably mine is the best one to go with, because it is quite reasonable. Oh, I switched on and then straight off. It's quite amazing. We've gone from like one extreme to the other. We had really small tractors. Now we've got like 2 really biggies, fairly, well, what I call big, 400 horsepower. Well, the possibility to upgrade to a 400, and then obviously that can also upgrade to a 6 if it's a 360, I think. And then let's just grab you, stick you on the side of the field. I do like the entrance I've done. This I thought was quite not a bad little thing to do, really. That wouldn't have been too tricky to actually sort of manage. So we need to give this good access. In fact, really could, if we stick the header facing, it all depends on how it feels. Yeah, whether some things are too close. That might be too close. It shifts it out of the way if you're too close. Yeah, that's outside of the box. So then, let's grab a corn header. I'm trying to think which is the best value. Yeah, the New Holland ones are not a bad Yeah, 6 meter. Now that's a point actually. What will ours manage? It doesn't like the big headers. It's not very good with the very, very large headers. I think it can manage more than that, but I think the 6 meter is probably that's yeah. Now if we're ordering it on the side of the field, I think it's not going to be a terrible thing to actually 72,000. Oh, these are massively big. I don't think it can cope with a big one like that either. It's going to have to be, I think. Yeah, we've not got anything for the Massey, have we? Really, it's the any sort of brand now that would do, but again, it's dearer. And I think we're going to go with the New Holland. The case is red though, isn't it? We do. Just like to test this. Oh, and where did he? Oh, it's put it the wrong way. I know this. I know I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do it that way around? You have to face from in the field out. Oh, okay. Let's sort this matter out. I don't want to be jumping back into this. In fact, it's that very, very tractor that we need. Yeah, we've got an awful lot of extra land now for things like productions. That sort of just proves sometimes you've just got to look at your farmyard and actually, again, if the map makers sort of like allowed you to do it, is the other thing I am going to say. Yeah, you can't always get away with. Fantastic. Yeah, I still don't understand why this goes through the floor. Because it really isn't below the ground. I don't understand why it falls through the floor. It's a bit of a weird one. Yeah, and then I just want to make sure that this can, I think it can handle a 6 meter. I think I tried a 12-meter corn header with it, and it literally was not having any of it. It was just way too powerful for it. So I think I've always tried to go smaller because the corns are a lot more powerful than the standard headers. Actually, that should be all right. You wouldn't believe this was brand new, would you? That's obviously the graphics file is terrible. Lights. Yeah, I think it needs a paint recall. The manufacturer. We need to ask for a refund from BI Industries because this is just not right. Ooh. Just make sure we can actually put the header down and switch it on and go forwards. We can. Yeah, brilliant. Right, fantastic. So I'm going to leave it there. We are ready to do our harvest. So all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, on this fantastic farm. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.